We good, Rams? Rams gave us the nod. Ramsey gave us the nod. Welcome, everybody, to Season 2, Episode 20 of The Movement.
The Movement.
We are officially live. Juma was not ready for that one. She's already like, whoa, what's going on? What did she get herself into today? It's going to be a great show today. I'm looking forward to another amazing episode on the Movement Podcast. Again, this is Season 2, Episode 20. We are officially live. Today's episode is all about being a good worker. All right. Some of you are probably wondering, like, why? Why have this conversation? Well, you'll know why by the end of this episode. All right, Hamza? I just want to let you know, okay? Don't question this topic, Hamza, because, you know, this is the one that is much needed. Just kidding. But Hamza's definitely we're going to have a good time with Hamza today. I'm excited because Hamza's back, by the way. Welcome back, Hamza. We want to give him a round of applause he was able to make it. You know, Juma, let me tell you something, Juma. I've been bothering him about coming. He didn't want to come. I told him Juma's coming on the show, and he shows up.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen Hamza in this seat like in months. All right, but Hamza T is back. You got Zach T, another co-host. You got Ramsey in the back with doing the producer role. You got Yusuf next to me as well. Of course, you got myself, Omar T. And like I said, today's guest is Juma Ekic, the owner of the Balkan House restaurant. Boss lady, always doing her things. Go ahead. You can even give her a round of applause. So, you know, we don't just bring people on the show just to bring people on the show, all right? So when we tell you about being a good worker, we got somebody that's experienced, you know, and both as first of all, being a worker and then being a boss, you know, so both levels.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me on this show.
Yeah. We're going to look forward to it. We're going to have a great one, all right? We're going to have a great one. But before we continue on, I do want to say be sure to subscribe to our pages. You got YouTube, Oz Media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can follow us under Oz Media. You can listen to the show later on Apple and Spotify podcasts under Oz Media. And if you want to call in, the number is 313-306-1750. Again, the number is 313-306-1750. Feel free to call in anytime you'd like to have a conversation with us. We got to give a shout out to our sponsors as well. The Balkan House, Hanley International Academy, Qahwa House, and BC Adhesive. So we had a joke before the show. I told Zach how many times we're going to mention the Balkan House today, and I said it's 9.5, all right? So at least 9.5. That's the line. He said for sure over. I think we already said it, 3 times? 3 times so far? This is about to be the 4th. Shout out to the Balkan House restaurant. Definitely going to start off with them. Our sponsor, of course, Juma Ekic is right here, the owner of the Balkan House. So go ahead, Ramsey, and run us that Balkan House ad.
The Balkan House Restaurant. The Balkan House Restaurant is famous for their doner kebab sandwich. But did you know that the Balkan House now serves breakfast? Did you also know that all their food is 100% halal? The Balkan House now also have 2 food trucks. So you can book your next party or event with the Balkan House on wheels. Their Hamtramck location is 3028 Kniff Street, Hamtramck, Michigan. Their Ferndale location is 314 West 9 Mile Road, Ferndale, Michigan. Again, you can book their food trucks for your next party or event. So if you're looking for a nice place to eat with friendly service and great prices, look no further than the Balkan House Restaurant.
All right, there we go. Again, shout out to the Balkan House restaurant. Shout out to Juma. First of all, Juma, thank you for being here today. Busy lady, but we're able to make it. Well, you know, why did you feel the need to show up today? Did you feel like this topic was a good one?
It's very important for me to be here today.
Yeah, for sure. And she looks at Hamza. Hey, Hamza, Hamza, you can look at us too, Hamza. Don't forget we right here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but we're gonna have a good show.
And Hamza's been missing the Saturdays or not being on the show because he works.
Oh, okay.
Saturday, pretty much.
Oh, you're giving him a shout out right now, being a good worker? Okay, all right. So let's get it started. First of all, let me just check in with these guys. Zach, how you been? Everything good?
Yes, sir.
Everything smooth, man?
Yes, sir.
Big General, by the way. That's his name, Big General. All right, shout out to Big General. Any new news going on in Big General's world?
He's on a 4-game losing streak in basketball.
One game.
In the league?
Yeah.
4-game losing streak?
Yeah, I saw you got crossed up.
Yeah.
In that little video.
I ain't get no cross. I just made a shot over me. And
Who did?
Matic.
Oh, okay.
But you know, we're probably the 5th seed right now, but nobody wants to see us in the playoffs.
They got play-ins this week, so you got to make win the play-in.
So playoffs start next week?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's what's up. Yusuf, what's up with you? Everything good? What seed are you guys in the league?
Second.
Second?
Beat the 1 seed last week.
He's not second.
Yes, we are.
All right. You beat the 1 seed last week. Everything else good?
Great.
Work good?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we got workers here too, so we're gonna definitely dive into it. So, Juma, let's start off with you, Juma. All right. What does it mean to be a good worker? Like, when you hear that, what goes through your mind? You're like, all right, this is what I think a good worker is.
First, honesty, dedication, you know, strong work ethic.
Yeah.
That's like, I think, the beginning of it, like
That's starting off with that.
That's starting off with that.
Okay, you
know?
said honesty first. That's interesting to me. So honesty is like, you said it first. I mean, it might not be number one on your list, but you did say it first. Why honesty, Juma?
It's really important to be honest.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what it is, as long as you tell me the truth, we can figure things out together. But if you come up with some lies, I will figure them out, and then,
Yeah.
you're not lying to me, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah. And as an owner of a business, you feel uncomfortable probably with that worker if they're lying to you. And
Of course, yeah.
and now you start
definitely.
questioning all their decisions and stuff, and now you don't feel comfortable having them around.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hamza, you're nodding your head over there. We're having a serious conversation right now, Hamza.
No, no.
All right. So, Hams, what do you think a good worker? What entails of a good worker? Like, what is the categories to you?
You know what I'm saying? One thing is you gotta have dedication. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to want to work. You want to do your job and do it right.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's very important. You know what I'm saying? You're showing up to work, you got a boss, you gotta make sure, everything is being good, everything's being done right, everything's being good, because it's a business, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way you act, it relies on her, you know what I'm saying? It goes back on her.
Yeah. I like that.
Great
I like
answer.
that. Great answer. You could give him a round of applause for that one. Let's see Big Hams already starting us off early.
That's-
We miss Big Hams answers too. Zach, what you got to say about it?
Like I said, I like the honesty. You have to be honest with everybody, even your coworkers.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Yusuf? You want to add on to that?
Like you guys said, man, Hamza, have dedication for it. And also, like, when you're working with the team, you got to treat it as you play in a team for any sports. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys work together, teamwork, whenever you're, like, for example, restaurant, kitchen, everything like that. Just make sure you're helping out and you're doing your thing.
I love those answers because it's very similar to what I put down too. My answers for me is, I started off like from beginning to the end. I started off with just showing up on time. I'm a big time person. I
Big time.
don't like when people don't show up on time because it already pushes everything back. So once you push everything back, it starts. I don't like that. I'm personally, that's just me. Just showing up on time, and whatever that means, it means something like different for everybody. Like, there's people that think showing up on time is at 2:00 when you're supposed to start at 2. Me personally, I think you should be at least 5 minutes early, but I would say 10 minutes early, just so you can breathe a little bit and get ready for your shift, whatever it may be.
Yes. Yes, for sure. And you come in a little earlier it's for your own good,
Yeah,
to get yourself ready and situated.
for sure. And by the way, I want to just say this too, but I'll put that out there. We're having this conversation for people that are younger generation and people that can learn from this as well. Just so you could take this with you and maybe understand, like, this is something that a lot of adults, I was talking to a lot of people about this topic beforehand, and they would tell me that, this is a problem that we have. We're going to get into, like, good workers and just workers in general and how they're struggling to find them because, nobody wants to work or nobody wants to do the things that we're about to mention what a good worker does. But showing up on time, to me, Yusuf mentioned it, being a team player. You got to be a team player. You got to be open-minded. You have to listen. You got to, if some person has to go home one day, because of a family emergency, you got to pick up their slack, because it's all going to happen to everybody eventually, so, be a team player, adapt to the situation, which is my number 3 is you have to learn how to adapt. Me personally as being a teacher, I'll give you guys a perfect example of yesterday, and Ramsey will tell you because Ramsey was in my gym class, all right? They originally told me from 10 to 12 there's going to be work done in the gym, that I'm going to have to go somewhere else for 10 to 12, maybe push into the classrooms, go into people's classrooms. I was all right, sounds good. They ended up coming at 8 o'clock in the morning, so they were from 8 o'clock all the way up until 12. I just had to adapt. I wasn't going to make it a big deal, and I'm not saying this to complain. I'm saying this to let y'all know, like, they were already stretching. They were already getting ready to go. They were about to play. And they were mad. The middle schoolers were mad because I see them at 8 o'clock in the morning. But they were ready to, we just got to adapt. And that's what you got to do to me as a good worker. Stuff happens. You have to be ready to move on the fly. Whatever it is, you got to be ready to adapt. So that's my comments. Anybody want to say something off of that? Big Hams, you got anything you want to say off that? Yusuf?
That's true,
Like, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say about the adapting part. That's very important because anything could happen. Like, just come like at an instant. You gotta have those, and that comes with experience. So, if you're an experienced worker, it should be easy for you. But that's why I'm saying. That's why I said teamwork. For early workers, you go out and help with them with the needs and things like that.
For sure. Great points. That's a great way to start off this topic. But now goes the why do you feel like it's hard to find good workers, Juma? What is your reasoning for that?
The culture has changed a lot. Like, people are really trying not to be accountable for things, are not willing to do what it takes to go ahead in life anymore. Like, everyone is looking for the easy route.
Accountability is a big one.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be accountable for their actions.
No, they're just, want things to just... And I'm not talking, like, as you mentioned, like this younger generation. There's a lot of people out there that are older and have bigger issues than, I would say the younger generation.
Yeah. Nice. See, that's a great point. Because us older people love to always blame the younger generation, right? But we don't ever want to look ourselves in the mirror sometimes and say that sometimes it's us. I always tell them this all the time, even though I do kind of mess with them about it, like the younger generation. But I think one of them asked me, like, whose fault is it? Or maybe a student asked me. I'm like, to be honest with you, it's our fault. The people that were before you guys. Because we didn't do anything or we didn't set y'all up for a better situation.
Yeah.
We tend to give everybody what they want because we don't want them to have the life that kind of we had. But we don't know that by giving them everything that they want, it ain't really teaching them what they need to learn, just in general. But accountability is a great one. People are not accountable. Hamza, how about you? Why do you think it's hard for people to find good workers these days?
Thing is, I feel like it's not hard to find a good worker. It's hard to find a worker that's willing to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, some workers aren't willing to work. Like, they don't want to they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to do stuff. They're lazy. They let other people do their work for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's not the right way.
Yeah. People, that's a great point. How about you, Zach?
You stole my answer,
You stole mine too.
Hey, bro.
That's it.
But if people are not willing to work, aren't they not a good worker? That's part of the problem.
yeah,
They're lazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, laziness is part of not being a good worker. Like, to me, laziness is an issue that's, I'm going to be honest with you, everybody can be lazy every now and then. Everybody has their lazy days, but some people take it 7 days a week, and it's like they don't want to do anything. So it's like, but is there another reason why you feel like people don't, why is, there's no good workers out there?
I like the, when she said honesty, I feel like not people like...
Or accountability, you mean?
It's not honest and stuff. It's not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How about you, Yusuf? You want to add on anything to that too?
Hamza said it perfectly.
Yeah, for me, I feel like people lack motivation. Like,
Yeah.
people lack they just don't want to do anything.
Yeah, I think people have to, like, they have to find something what they like to do, so
Yeah.
they can get up and even job. If you're not happy and you're just going to work just to work, like, I think that's really miserable. And like, or some people, like, they go to work and they're complaining like, oh, I work so hard and why am I here, this and that. Like, that means you don't like your job. Like, you need to find something that you like to do, that you can go to work and be happy.
Yeah. No, and that happens a lot where,
Yeah,
and as somebody that, has those workers, it can trickle down to all the other workers, like the negativity and stuff. So it's kind of annoying to have that person around, to be honest with you.
Yes.
It's like, I don't want to say it's hurting the business, but it's kind of hurting the environment and the culture in the area,
Yeah, but I think everybody should, like, example, like, Hamza didn't fill up the sauce. Kayla comes into work. Oh, I'm not going to do this because he didn't do it. So when you find a job and you are trained to do something, just don't look at other people, what they do. Just be you, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like everyone's different.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, they going back to me, they lack the motivation. Like, I think everybody needs to find a purpose. Everybody needs that moment in their life where that purpose comes and they be like, all right, like this is what I'm gonna do it for. Like either you find, it could be your family, it could be your parents, it could be your spouse, it could be your kids. You know, I think that's what like because nowadays people don't have a purpose. They don't have that motivation. They lack that motivation. That's why I feel like it's kind of hard to find good workers is because you know people are not like you said. You got to have it or you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you'll know a good worker when they come in, and it don't matter what the situation is. All right, I got a phone call, and I'm gonna take it because this guy is calling in, and if I don't answer, he's gonna be mad at me. So I want to hear what he.
Press 1.
All right, I want to hear what he got to say. All right, so who we got calling in?
This is your favorite cousin, Kareem Abdullah.
My favorite cousin, Kareem Abdullah. All right, Kareem from Memphis, Tennessee. Down there in Memphis. All right, what's good, Kareem?
I was just watching and hearing what you guys were saying about work nowadays, man. And I just felt like I could give a reply on that.
I love it. I love it. So
Yusuf and Zach didn't have much to say.
yeah, Yusuf Zach don't ever have much to say. You know, they got 5 words for us, and then we hit the peak.
They agreed with Hamza.
Yeah, they.
One question.
All right,
Come
but
on.
Go ahead, bro.
go ahead, Kareem. Talk to us, Kareem. Spit some knowledge for these young
Hey,
fellas and ladies.
Honestly, for these young fellas that don't work as much as our older generations that started off young with even working from a gas station to working at a family business at a young age. These kids nowadays, there's so much social media that teaches all these kids other ways to make money. There's a lot of I see a lot of kids nowadays that are actually really good at hustling when it comes to marketing and strategies to make money with online websites and other things, as in Tate University. Andrew Tate made a university to where you can invest money into it, and it teaches you how to set up an online website. And I see thousands of young kids taking advantage of the opportunity and learning other ways than to just start off at a restaurant or a gas station. And they're breaking the ways of life, of generational
Escaping the
working
matrix.
experience. You know, as of me, all I knew was a store. I
Yeah.
wish I had someone in my life to teach me crypto and stocks and maybe even CDL. A CDL is the biggest thing. I see some 17, 18-year-olds graduating and getting their CDLs and becoming truck drivers right away. And they're making more than what these kids that were working at 10 started off making ever since they became the same age. There's so many other ways of making money now in the world, and it's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I swear these kids are learning the ways. You got kids becoming millionaires the next day just off being TikTok creators. You know? And
No.
I think that does cause a problem with the world today too, because I feel like millions of these other kids in the world look at it like they can do the same thing, but not everybody has the same success.
Factual. We want to give him a round of applause. Kareem came out here spitting right now. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Kareem, so let me ask you this quick question then. Do you feel like the new generation are they more, it sounds like you're saying that they're more of a go-getter generation than the older generation, or what do you think?
I don't feel like they're more of a go-getter. I feel like they're just finding an easier way to get it.
Okay. Nice way to put
You
it.
know what I mean? Because you can never disrespect the older generation, as in from our grandpas to our fathers to us.
Yeah.
We worked hard as hell growing up. And I don't see any of these kids working as hard. I feel like they just found an easier way to get it.
Shout out to Burks Igloo. Kareem been in there since he was 12 years old. Shout out to Burks.
10, but we ain't going to talk about that. you know?
Yeah. My
10
bad.
years old.
I try to give you a number that was respectable, man. 10 years old, they're going to have
Hey,
y'all.
shout out to the Balkan house.
Shout out to the there you go. We have 5. The over and under was 9.5 today, so we just getting started.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. I just had to put my 2 cents in
Appreciate you, Kareem, for the phone call,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you so much.
all day.
Take it easy, man. All right, so Kareem Abdullah said I haven't been on time to work in 10 years. This is comments. Kareem said that. And then Uncle Nash said, when you work hard, you will look fresh like that boy Hamza looking fresh, courtesy of Nashy Nash, Steals and Deals. Shout out to Uncle Nash. Y'all ever need anything, hit up Uncle Nash, man. I'm telling you, he got all the connections. But yeah, all these kids want to be TikTok creators. That's what Kareem also said in the comments. So going back, anybody got any last comments about, I guess, why is it hard to find good workers? If not, we can move on to the next question. Juma, are you going to do it now or later? Never mind. we'll just do it later. We'll just do it later.
What's gonna happen, bro?
Man, you said you're gonna fire him today, right? That was Are we firing Hamza today? No. What are we doing?
Can we do that at the end?
Okay, at the end.
Because we need him. We need him to be here.
All right. So we're gonna save that to the end. We're gonna save it to the end. All right. So let me ask you this next question: can someone learn to be a good worker? Because like the reason why I say this, I say why not too. By the way, the reason why I say this is because, you know, like I mentioned it earlier, you even mentioned it about you got to have it or not, right? Sometimes you got to have it or not. But do you believe someone can learn to be a good worker?
Yes. But then, like, 60% of it, you know, I can teach you, but then it's you again.
Yeah.
Like, are you willing, you know, to do it? So everything starts with you, honestly. Like, if you know, skill can be taught, you know, but then if you're not willing to, you know, improve yourself and, you know, push it and do it,
It's never gonna get. You're never gonna get to where you never need to be. Okay.
Great point.
Yusuf, how about you? What do you think?
Can you repeat the question?
Can someone be a good worker, or can someone learn to be a good worker? I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course, with help, and like Juma said, like actually trying and doing what they got to do 100%. You know, it does take time, especially for someone with no experience. But you know, you just want to see progress with that person. You want to keep seeing them grow, and eventually it'll be great.
How about you, Zach?
I feel like and know some, because you have to have that in you, like, you know, you have to have the hard work and, you know, and just
No, I'm talking to Ramsey. Go ahead, man.
no, you have to have that in you, like even not working, you know what I'm saying, you just have to have that hard work and mentality in you, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
you
So-
oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
You have to have that, you know, hustle in you. You
Yeah.
gotta go get it.
Yeah.
You have to
I just love how Juma's looking at Zach like that's
You
fun.
gotta
Like,
go get it.
she's looking at Zach like a teacher to a student right now. She's like trying to get it out of him, Zach. But shout out to Zach, man. No, I agree. You gotta have it. So I guess so you're saying no. You can't teach
no,
somebody?
but like she said 60-40. That's a great, you know.
No, I agree too. I think that was a great one because I was really about to start saying like, nah, man, you gotta have it. But then I realized like, let's be real right now. If you actually sit down and
Sit
teach
down
somebody,
and teach somebody.
they would
Yes.
learn. They would learn their ways and what they need to do. But like you said, ultimately though, you can sit there and, you know, literally go through everything with them, and then you wake up the next day and they don't do something that you told them that they need to do, and then you're like, oh my God, what's going on? You know?
If I could buy common sense,
Yeah, seriously.
like,
So that's why it's like
You know?
you run through those same issues and you wonder like what's going on. Ramsey, I wanted you to share your thoughts. We got Ramsey here and there's a mic next to him, so we do want to hear what Ramsey has to say. So Ramsey, do you believe that someone can just, you know, someone can learn to be a good worker, Ramsey?
I feel like it's up to themselves, you know.
Up to the person?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Shout out to Ramsey, by the way, 8th grader. He's going into the playoffs, Hanley playoffs, that is, starting Monday basketball. So good luck for Hanley Huskies basketball team.
You guys
And
know where you're playing?
Central Academy, Monday.
Home?
We're going away. No, we're away. We're away. We're Road Warriors, Ramsey. All right, that's our name for the next week because
Isn't it?
we're probably going to be away for the rest of the week.
Isn't it Central 4? Like, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in Ann Arbor, so it should be a nice little drive, but the game doesn't start till 5:30, so we're going to have a little bit of time once we get there. But this is a good time to give a shout-out to Hanley International Academy, which is our second sponsor of today. Shout out to Hanley. Again, Kahwa House, Balkan House, BC Adhesives. But right now, we're going to go ahead and run that Hanley ad, Ramsey. So, Hanley International Academy.
Hanley International Academy. Hanley is a school that treats every student and staff like their own family. It's even in their vision statement, educating your child like our own. Did you also know that Hanley offers a virtual academy? So if you're looking for your kid to sign up for an online school, look no further than Hanley's Virtual Academy. But if you're looking for face-to-face, Hanley International Academy is located on 2400 Denton Street, Hamtramck, Michigan. The athletics there are great. The academics there are great. Shout out to the whole staff for being great teachers and educators for our leaders of tomorrow.
All right, shout out to Hanley International Academy. By the way, the school that everybody in this room attended We even got Esmeralda on the building, Hanley International Academy grad as well. So, and then Juma sends all her kids to Hanley. I want to ask you before we ask Hamza the question that we just asked that I forgot to ask him. What are your thoughts on Hanley, by the way?
I'll give you guys
A round of applause. Go
round
ahead.
of applause.
Thank you.
That
Thank
you
you.
guys spend so much time with my kids more
Yeah.
than I do.
Yeah.
So you guys
Go ahead.
teach our kids.
Yeah. No, seriously, great kids, by the way. Shout out to Hassan, Hussein, and of course you have the wonderful Hannah as
Yes,
well.
yes. All the teachers, I always say I appreciate them a lot because
Yeah.
what you guys have to go through and
Well, you guys
know,
have great kids. You have great kids. You know, you have great kids. All the kids over there. We love our kids over there at Hanley International Academy. Hamza, going back to you now. I didn't ask you, do you believe someone can learn how to be a good worker?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like you could, you know what I'm saying? It's all about the motivation about being a good worker. There has to be something that you're striving for
Yeah.
to be a good worker. Let's say, you know what I'm saying, you see a worker, like he's been there for a year and like everyone said he's the best worker. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to be better than them, you know what I'm saying? I have the motivation to be better than that one guy. So it's all about the motivation, to be honest.
Yeah. You could have said that. I'm going to take your answer, Ahmad, and what you were saying about motivation and finding that purpose, you know. But it's all right, Big Hams. You didn't have to do that.
I have to say something.
Yeah.
You have to, as a boss, as a business owner, you have to appreciate your employees and give them motivation to do better as well. So it's like, you know, it takes both
Yeah.
to be a good worker, you know? Like, if you appreciate them and, you know, they're going to do more for you.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a great point because it is
Yeah.
that motivation factor. A lot of 9 times out of the 10, by the way, it's usually money, right? Most times than not, you look out for them that way. But in general, that motivational factor does come from the boss as well.
Yes.
Like you got to keep them energized and wanting to show up to work every single day,
Yeah,
even the environment.
Yes, exactly. Like I always tell them if if you don't come to work happy, like this is not for you, you know? Like we have to kind of make it all like, you know, good environment, you know, you have to be happy at work, you know? You got to motivate them. You have to, you know, give them applause, say, "Hey, good job. You did great today." You know, some people will not improve, but some people will.
Yeah.
So
And that's what makes a good worker and a bad worker, realistically.
yeah.
You know, so leads off to our next question, which is another great question to me, and I'm looking forward to hearing this one right here. And it's basically, if you can name someone you know that is a good worker, who is it and why? And Zach, I'm gonna start off with you because I don't think we started off with you yet, Zach. Zach, if you can name somebody that you've seen with your own 2 eyes, because obviously you really haven't worked yet, who is a good worker and why?
Trey.
Kel Trey, all right. Khalid Hussein, that boy is a great worker.
Good work.
Why you say that though?
He does everything, you know. He does everything. Yeah,
A grinder.
yeah,
Register, opens up,
everything,
cooks,
everything.
cleans, talks to the customers. And he's talking about Kel Trey, Corner Cafe worker. He's also our cousin. Great guy. We appreciate Kel Trey, but all the above, huh? It's Kel Trey. How about you, Yusuf? Don't tell me it's the same answer.
No.
Okay, who you got?
There's so many, man. But I want to say, our brother Muhammad.
Moti.
Moti for sure. I mean, obviously I'm not looking at him. I'm not seeing him every day, but you know, I know because at one time I'd be going to the pharmacy here and there, and he'd just be like, he does it all as well. And you know, he has that. You know, he talks with the people. He has a great personality with them. You know, he opens up as well, closes. He does a lot, man. And then especially from how he started and how he, you know, learned what he had to do, and you know, it's great, man.
No, I agree. Moti's a good answer as well. Juma, it doesn't have to be any of your Balkan house workers. You know, I know I'm trying to put you on the spot. Maybe somebody that you worked with as you were growing up and stuff. But who's a good worker to you and why?
Yeah, this is a really tough question.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. When I wrote this, I was
Yeah.
thinking to myself, like, I don't want to put her on the spot because obviously you don't have to pick any of your own workers. Like I said, it could be somebody that you worked with, you know, growing up.
I can talk about my workers.
Okay.
You know, they all actually have good qualities
Nice.
in their own ways.
Yeah, I like that.
So, but you know, my husband, I think he's the most hardworking person
Nice.
out there. Like he makes sure that things run, and you know,
Things
So-
are flowing.
yes,
Does it all.
yes, he does it all.
Engineer, you know what I'm saying?
Everything,
Plumber,
paperwork,
every-
plumbing,
Real
whatever.
Estate, real estate agent, you know what I'm saying? Anything. He does it
Anything
all.
you need, he does it all. Fixing cars.
Yeah.
But you know, I paid you 100. You ain't get it. I thought you were gonna say me.
Hamza.
Hamza T, who you got?
Nah, okay, I'm gonna be real. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna be biased and say me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a good worker, but like, you know, I'm gonna give it, you know, to my boy Tahir, Balkan house worker. You know what I'm saying? You know, people have their ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? But nah, like he's a very good worker. And I saw him grow up. I saw him, you know, as soon as he entered Balkan house and to the point where he's at now. You know what I'm saying? Started off as a waiter, made his way to a main chef. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he does his thing. You know what I'm saying? If somebody tells him, "Oh, what happened to this?" He's like, "Oh man, I can't be doing it," and he gets better. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm motivate him too. You know what I'm saying? Because like I look at him as my little brother. You know what I'm saying? So he's a good worker.
Who's older, you or him?
Me?
Okay. Because it's funny that you say that, because you know that he's probably going to see this, and you said little brother a little hard, and I was wondering if that was like he said it hard, didn't he?
Little brother is like fighting words, bro.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Depends on the situation, but if he's actually smaller than him, then it's somewhat okay. Somewhat okay. That's why I was asking. I was wondering if he was older or something like that. But great point. I like that. To me, somebody I just think of on the top of my head was as Miss Folk, I think. You know what I'm saying?
big time.
She is the assistant principal at Hanley. She used to be just a ELA teacher, then was like the lead teacher of middle school, but now she's an assistant principal, and she looks over pretty much middle school still. But when I tell you good worker, to me, like nothing gets past her.
Yeah.
And like being a teacher, you always have like 500 things going on. She probably has 1,000 things going on, but she handles it one by one and gets it done eventually. I don't know when, but she will get it done, you know? So I think she's a great worker in a field that there's a lot of little things that you got to be on top of, and she's on top of it. And now as a principal, like, she knows what's going on. I'm talking about like when you break it down students-wise, she knows all the stuff that's happening with the students, you know, their situations, if they have issues, and that can lead to a bigger issue. So you just talk to Miss Folk about anything that you may need. I mean, all of them are great over there at Hanley, but I just think Miss Folk, she's just well organized. And when you're well organized, that you get more things done. And that's why I believe like when I think of one of the best workers that I've worked with, I think she's on top of that list for sure. You know, there's a lot of great teachers at Hanley too. Like, and I'm not just saying this because I work there. A lot of very good teachers that work very hard. Just Miss Folk kind of gets a little slight edge. And they'll agree with me too, probably. They all had Miss Folk in a way, right? Hamza and Zach and Yusuf?
Yeah.
Y'all agree?
Yeah.
No, she,
Alright.
she was a good teacher. She was strict, but she was a good teacher.
Yeah,
you know
she's
what
always the lead teacher.
Yeah.
She get-
Always did her thing. All right. So this is where the fun parts now begin with everything else. All right. Juma has bars for us today, by the way. Okay. So she's gonna be rapping here soon, right? Juma, is that what you said or
Oh
not?
yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we got the beat. We're gonna drop the beat and everything. So this is the part of the show where we have questions games where I ask these guys a question about some of the stuff that we just got done discussing, and then we got the 4-bar/word of the day. Today's word is sporadic. You know, sporadic's definition: something described as sporadic occurs occasionally, irregularly, or randomly across time or space. And then weekend motivation. I was just kidding about the bars, but did you have some weekend motivation for us, Juma? I hope. I don't know if I mentioned that to you, right? You got number 7? Okay.
I got number 7. Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah.
Sweet. So you said number 5, you don't want to answer any of the questions you said?
No.
Okay. All right. So this is the questions game, and it's about being traits of a good worker. Okay. Remember, these questions are based off of the answers that I was saying because I come up with these questions before the show, so I don't know anybody's answers. All right. So these guys already know that. So since Juma's not playing, we're going to just go straight individual scores between Zach, Yusuf, and Hamza. This is a game between these 3 right here. And Juma, if you know the answer, I could just pass it on to you. Be like, Juma, what's the answer? If they don't know the answer. Maybe if you do know the answer and if you want to share that, all right? So, number 1. All right, you want to bring that a little closer to you or no?
I gotta hit the buzzer. That was individual.
How do we do with individual? We hit the buzzer still,
Still
don't
gonna
we? Huh?
What's that gonna hit?
Yeah. What is he going to hit?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
All right, number 1. I told you guys this. Remember, these are answers of me. What was my first step of being a good worker?
Yeah, I didn't hit it yet.
I hit it first, bro.
Yusuf
I
got
didn't
it.
hit it yet.
Yusuf hears it all the time,
His
but
first
he does a
step.
good job with it.
His
Oh
first
my
step,
God.
you gotta be on time.
Be on time. All right, there you go. That's 1 point for Yusuf. 1 point for Yusuf. That's my first step. First step about being a good worker is being on time. All right. Number 2. Okay. If you want to be a good worker, you have to be blank. It's 2 words. 2 words. If you want to be a good worker, you have to be a blank. 2 words. Okay.
2-word answer or is
Yes,
this
2-word
and?
answer. Yes.
Hard worker.
No.
Get your goofy self out of here, man.
What you
This
mean?
guy's goofy over here, man.
goofy.
I see this one kind of I slipped it in there. I can see why I might not know it. I slipped it in there though. I said it, but I can see how you guys might not know. And I don't want to give you guys any more hints since you already got -1 point over here.
Can I? If I
You can just say it now. Yeah, that's it. It's over.
Okay, I was gonna say 2 words. I'm gonna say good teammate.
Great. I would have gave him the point because it's team player. That's what I put down. I said team
okay.
player, good teamate.
Hit the button
All right.
from me. I
Why
couldn't
you
hit
hiding
the
the button
button.
from him, man?
I was literally.
All right, so we got
mine.
-1, we got +1, we got 0. Okay, so if Zach gets it, there's gonna be a tie. If Hamza gets it, Yusuf wins no matter what because Hamza's at Yusuf's at +1. All right, here we go. Number 3. Why are you looking at the questions, Yusuf, man? What you doing, man?
Well, I'm not.
All right. If you want to be a good worker, you have to be what starts with the letter A.
Accountable.
Get him out of here.
Wait.
That's a good one. Juma said it.
Uh,
Juma said accountable. That's why I respect the answer.
That's what I.
But remember, I said these are my answers. It starts with the letter A.
A?
You know, these are my questions, my answers, because I'm the one that came up. I mean, this is the one.
But that's
So
the first one that
Hey.
All right.
got to my head, bro.
I said you have to be able to do this. So you have to be able to do this. Think about it. You guys know this answer if you really think about it. We kind of went into detail about it too, and then this is gonna be another hint. But Yusuf agreed with it and kind of talked about it too. Anybody?
hold on, I'm still thinking. Hold on.
I already won, man.
It has to be A.
All right. No, he's already got a -1. Yusuf already won no matter what. But the answer is you have to learn how to adapt.
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 That's not your question. You said you have to be a good that starts with letter A.
No, I
Right.
didn't. No, I said you have to be good at.
You didn't say
If you want to be a
Let me
good
do it.
worker, you have to be what? You have to be good at what? That's what I
When you
put.
say every day, what?
Yeah, it didn't say that what, bro.
Good at adapting. That's what I would adapt.
See what I'm saying, bro?
It's all good. I mean, that still works.
I got a bonus question.
All right, cool.
On the question.
No, Yusuf already won. This is just a bonus question, all right? Because you got a -1 anyways. The best place for Balkan house food is where? Balkan food, I mean. Who had the answer? You? What is it? The Balkan House restaurant. All right, there you guys go. I had to add that in there. Shout out to the Balkan House. All right, that's the questions game. That's what we do. Have a little fun. Just go over some of the things that we discussed. And now comes the 4 bars. Hamza, tell me you got bars. Man,
No,
see,
sorry,
man.
I got one.
Oh, there you go, man. Shout out to my man Ham. See, hey, the I believe there's a air horn on there too, Rams. You ain't gotta look at that. I think it's right there in front of you. Should be one of them. Bottom. No.
Wrong.
Nothing.
Don't click.
All right. Don't click on anything that's not it. Don't click on anything that's not it. Might end up getting some I hate Tonys out there, right? So 4 bars, word of the day. Today's word is sporadic. So me and Hamza got bars. Zach, do you want to give us a situation where sporadic can be used in a sentence or a different, like I said, situation? And quickly definition, something described as sporadic occurs occasionally, irregularly, or randomly across time or space. So sporadic.
I feel like when somebody beats me in something, you know, I feel like it's sporadic.
Nobody beats Zach.
Never.
If it is, it's just occasional.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's random.
Random. Big general. All right. Great way to use that word. All right, Yusuf.
I want to say, I want to use it as an adjective.
Yeah.
So I want to say having a sporadic routine. For example, like, you know, it occurs randomly. You don't want to have a routine where you don't know what you're going to do the next day, you know? You want to have a good routine every day. Do what you got to do. That helps you growing up. And, yeah, man, you don't want to be random. Like, some people don't know what they're doing tomorrow, bro. That's
But
terrible.
you want a routine that's like the same. Like you wake up, you're doing the same
It's like
thing.
you
You know
don't
what I'm
want
Yeah, he said don't want to have a sporadic routine. That's what he
Oh,
said.
okay.
Yeah, it's a great word, great way of putting that so far. We're 2 for 2. So Hams, you want to start us off with the 4 bars and word of the day?
saying? Yeah.
What you got for us, man? Actually, I'm worried, man, because Hamza might end up using some of the words that I use. I have a feeling, but go ahead, Big Hams.
I probably did. Okay, but
All right, let's go.
No, I only have 4 lines. You know, something light.
Something light,
ABC rhymes, bro.
light work.
Hold on. All right, Juma.
Hamza, you're really gonna get fired.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. Juma be yelling at me. It be sporadic.
Okay.
If she tell me to do something, it be automatic.
Oh.
Man, I'm the #1 worker. I ain't being dramatic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Every other worker is lost. They be nomadic.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's some like.
I like it.
right there.
Okay.
That's some high school words right there.
You know what I'm saying?
We can't even ask Zach to spell nomadic because he won't know how to.
You're 0 for 2 already.
We've asked Zach to spell 2 words. So far, he ain't know how to. Nomadic.
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 Nomadic?
Yeah.
Yeah, nomadic. Yep.
Huh? What is it?
Nomadic.
Nomadic.
Nomadic. Yeah.
Nomadic?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
N
Yeah. Hopefully, you got the first letter.
A.
Already wrong.
Nomadic.
Nomadic.
Oh, you said, all right.
I said nomadic.
N-O.
Okay. No, but go ahead. Son, I'm joking. Go ahead.
M.
Mhm.
A-T.
You said T.
C-K.
What? Man, are you
Nomadic.
serious?
Nomadic.
I was about to give you a round of applause, Zach. You was right there, Zach.
No, nomadic.
You was right there.
No.
All right.
Madic.
Oh, mad. See what I'm saying?
Madic.
All right. So, shout out to Zach, by the way. Shout out to Big Hams. We appreciate him. Give him a round of applause for those bars, by the way. I appreciate it. Puts in that work. You know what I'm saying? Big Hams. All right. Here we go. My bars. All right. If you ever see me relaxing, just know it's sporadic. Because when it comes to work, you know I'm an addict. If I have any flaws, I always work at it. The hustle's in my blood. I should have got the word tatted. I can't slow down, always moving fast like a puma. Because I'm trying to be a boss, like Ekic, Juma. Come on, Rams. You know we gotta spit the bars out here, like, you know what I'm saying? Gotta give a shout out to the guests. All day, every day. All right, first of all, again, we hope that you enjoyed this episode. We got the weekend motivation. That's how Juma's gonna close us out. This was season 2, episode 20 of The Movement.
The Movement.
All right. Make sure you subscribe to all of our pages. First of all, YouTube's Oz Media YouTube's page. You can follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok under Oz Media. You know, also listen to the show later on Apple and Spotify podcasts under Oz Media. Everything is under Oz Media if you want to just look that up. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow again on YouTube. Also, shout out to our sponsors, Hanley International Academy, the Balkan House. I don't know where we're at with that number, but we're close to that 9.5. I guarantee you. Qahwa House, Hanley International Academy, and BC Adhesives. We appreciate all of our sponsors of this show. We really do. And you know, this is a good time for me to really tell you, Juma, that how much we appreciate you, Juma, honestly. Like, all this that we're doing, you know, you and the other sponsors, we really do appreciate the support. It really does mean a lot. Juma is not somebody that just supports this show. You know, last year she did that not giveaway, but donation to Yemen, and she wants to do the same thing again this year. She was talking to me about it, and you know, inshallah we'll be able to do that. You know, during Ramadan, where we raised money, you know, for Yemen, and she does not just Yemen, she does everywhere. Schools, she does these things with schools. She does it with other countries that may need the help as well. I'm sure she does stuff behind the scenes that we don't really know about. She just does it for the, you know, the good of it. So. You know, why do you feel it's important, by the way, before you give us the motivation? Why do you feel it's important to give back, Juma?
I like to make other people happy. So it makes me feel good about myself. So
Yeah, that's very simple, and I agree with you 100%. That's very good. So, weekend motivation, Juma, what do you got for us? What can these people take away today? And I just want to let you know, I might just record this as well on my camera just so I could pick this up. And I might make this like as the clip for later on, okay? So,
sure.
Juma, what's the weekend motivation you have for us?
well, the younger generation, find something what you like to do, work really hard, save your money later on, make the money work for you guys. So I think that's just do what you like to do. So
I love that. I love that. All right. She said, save that money so then that money can work for you. Go ahead, Ramsey. Give us that one more time, that round of applause. Big Rams over there. All right. Fellas, Zach, Hamza. First of all, Hamza, with all jokes aside, we appreciate you being back here. You know, we like to mess with Hamza, of course, because Hamza knows how to, you know, take it as well. So that's why we appreciate Hams for being a good worker. All right. Hamza definitely falls under that category.
yes, he does. I am very proud of him. I have to say this, Hamza, and actually all my employees, like I said, everyone, I'm so like happy I'm a lucky person to have these people working for me. So I hope they feel the same way.
Yeah. No, we appreciate you, Juma. We really do. You know. What I'm
You know,
saying?
sometimes I have to yell. I have to, that's just showing you guys some love. So
Yep.
make you guys, do better.
Yep.
I can't always say, oh, you're doing 100%. No, there's always room to learn and get better, and
Yep.
But I appreciate them very much. I'm very lucky to have them.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I love that. And again, this was just a show that we wanted for everybody to maybe take some notes. Take some notes. Maybe sometimes, Juma, I don't know if this happens with you, that you sometimes reflect and think like maybe these people didn't know what they needed to do, or didn't know, what it takes to be a good worker. Because sometimes, like at least with me, with the students, like I expect them to know this stuff, and I'd be like, you know what, maybe they actually didn't know. Maybe we actually have to teach them. This is what you're supposed to do. And so maybe you didn't know what it takes to be a good worker. So that's why we wanted to go over this episode to see like, hey, these are some of the traits that falls under what it takes to be a good worker. And you could take this with you and learn from it, share it, and hopefully take it with you for the rest of your life. All right. Yeah. Hamza, you got any final words?
Stay true to yourself. Stay blessed. Stay humble.
All right. Sound like DJ Khaled over there. Yeah. Huh? Zach, anything else you want to close us out with?
I feel like Ahmad's Bars was top 5 best on the show.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Think so?
Came smooth too, by the way. No extra time or nothing. Just straight to it.
But I feel like it was like 5, 6 maybe, probably.
It's okay.
Just correct.
But who's in the top 4 of those other 5?
Definitely 3 of mine.
Okay. That just answers the question for everybody.
Big sales.
Yeah, I feel like Sal's 4. I think me is 1, 2, 3. Sal's 4, and you.
That's crazy.
Nothing of Hamza's?
Definitely not.
Yusuf, any final words?
No, it's great seeing Hams back in the show.
Yeah.
Hopefully Ali can come next week. And Juma, thank you for coming on. Great hearing what everybody had to say, and I felt like this show was, we had a lot more, energy.
Yeah, and by the way, I just want to say next week we got our Rising Star High School Student Athlete of the Month, and it's Selena Bazzi. She's from Fortson High School, so she'll be coming on the show with her coach. So we'll have her coach, the girls basketball coach, varsity for Fortson, and then she'll be coming on. That should be a fun show as well. Looking forward to it. We'll be live at 12 o'clock as well next Saturday. Hope you all have a great weekend. Be safe. Stay warm. All right? Stay warm. And